Welcome to another exhibit pack update where we've been witnessing the peak of winter hormones. As you may already know, right around this time of the year, wolves are in the midst of their breeding season. It's not a universal for wolves to breed in February and March strictly. Wolves at lower latitudes, they will breed earlier than those at higher latitudes, which it corresponds with seasonality and ecological conditions. Here, our ambassadors are spayed and neutered, but they still experience this surge of hormones that come with the seasonal cycles. For example, we overall see increased activity. We usually see changes between Axel and Grayson posturing over each other. We see Rika and Grayson engaging more and more in pair bonding behaviors. Yet, Rika, with the occasional snap at his tail, we can't know what a wolf is thinking. We can only interpret. And we certainly don't know what she's thinking when she engages in these social behaviors and then turn it into tail grabs. It doesn't always end up like that. Here, Rika and Grayson do a brief parallel walk. They're definitely engaging socially, and this usually brings Kaz around. You see that the main focus is on each other, though, with continuous soft muscle bites. Grayson maintains his high tail, but with a relatively relaxed wag. Rika eventually decides to roll over, and that certainly puts her in a vulnerable position. And Blackstone usually doesn't get involved, maybe because he doesn't want to end up being the focus of Rika and Cass, but if the opportunity presents itself to stand over Rika, he just might join. You can see in her facial expressions she's not very pleased, but eventually she gets out of it and gets back to engaging with Grayson, um, pawing at him and then doing those more muscle bites and eventually rolling over again, and of course bringing over the yearlings over to her again. Now you can clearly see the difference in interactions as she engages with Blackstone here. You can see that she's still in that mood, but her posture seems a bit more dominant or confident. Um, Even in her vocalization is different. And Blackstone's not very receptive to this and seems to avoid engaging in that way with her while doing a standover Cass, of course. She then proceeds to engage with Kaz and um, do a sequence of similar social behaviors and eventually roll over with him in the hay. Many of you ask if Rika has pair bonded yet. We would say that she's not. She's showing signs of pair bonding with Grayson, but sometimes she shows similar behaviors with Cass. The difference is that Cass does not seem to be ready for that yet, so that makes a big difference. If you were wondering where is Axel in all of these interactions, he has been spending a lot of time watching from the comforts of the slate den. He's been behaving a little bit subdued recently. It seems to coincide with some gastrointestinal discomfort. We suspect a side effect of his treatment for sebaceous enteritis. We've lowered his dosage, increased carcass feedings to hopefully lessen that discomfort. And another note, we've had some visitors, but we hate that they sometimes don't make it out. The wolves encountered a mink that came into the enclosure and it did not make it out. Our wolves are well fed, not really interested in consuming it, but they tend to treat it like their treasure, and as you can see, guard it from others. And one thing that we do usually see after something like this is a lot of investigative behavior, and with wolves, this new smell, they'll scent roll around that area where the mink was. And so after the event, we were able to remove the remains of the mink, um, and everything just went back to normal. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting our ambassador wolves. We will see you in the next pack update, and we hope that you can check out our wolf care auction coming up on February 26th through March 10th. You can check out the details on our website.